Now this video has two purposes. One is to show my Yinlin Pulls, and the second is to explain what Yinlin's weapon does. Now there are some people who are on the fence on pulling for Yinlin's weapon because they don't exactly understand how her weapon works. So I'll break down exactly what her weapon does, line by line, and hopefully that will help you decide whether or not you're going to go for the character. With that said, let's get into the video. Now, personally speaking, I have never really liked Yinlin as a character, both design-wise, anything about the character. There are only two main reasons why I decided to pull on this banner. One is that I don't have a lot of characters right now at the beginning of the game, and I need as many characters as possible that can boost the damage output of my account. And that smoothly leads into the second reason, which is that she's a sub-DPS character, and her support kit is really what has me interested. The ability to apply off-field electro damage is really interesting. So with all that in mind, I decided, fine, let me pull. Even though I don't like the character as much, I've never really been someone who pulled in any game because of attraction. I pull based on value. And since I like the character's kit, we'll just go for it. Now for the pulls themselves, I already had a few wishes that I got for free from Kuro at the beginning of the game, and since I lost my first ever 50-50 on the account, even though I got Genshin, glory be to God, and I still managed to get Jian at 30 PT again, I wasn't really expecting much out of this wishing session. But would you imagine my surprise when I just hit the tempo button and this happened? And, well, I mean, it's always a good thing to get a 5-star early, but then do you actually win the 50-50? Now, that's the question. And we do. And it's so funny how I win the 50-50 of the character that I'm not interested in. Granted, I'm not that interested in Jian, but still, why? Either way, let's now talk about the weapon. Now, Yinlin's weapon is a little confusing when you read the description of the weapon, so let's go over it line by line. So the first line talks about gaining a 12% damage bonus increase, and I don't know why Kuro decided to say damage bonus. They could have easily just put elemental damage bonus to make us know that it's elemental damage bonus, because when the weapon is equipped and you look at Yinlin's stats, you will notice that every single element gets a 12% boost. The reason why Yinlin's electro damage bonus is at 22% is because she's gaining an extra 10% from the echo set that she has equipped. Now for the second line, it says that you get a 12% attack bonus whenever you do your resonance skills. And if you look at my Yinlin right now, she has 1000 attack. But whenever I do my resonance skill, I will get 166 attack. And this is wrong because if you know your basic math, you know that 12% of 1000 is 120, so I should be getting 120 attack. So that is clearly not correct. And I was actually going nuts trying to figure this out, but thanks to Bitex for actually pointing out to me that it scales off your base attack. It doesn't scale off your total attack. So if we look at Yinlin's base attack, we'll see that she has exactly 693 attack, and 12% of that gives you 83.16. which is approximately 83, and then if you multiply that by 2, that's when you get 166. And the reason why it's stacked twice here is because I hit multiple enemies. If I were to hit one enemy, then it would probably give me 1 stack. So that's how that line of the weapon works. Whenever you do your resonance skill and it hits multiple enemies, you get the 2 stacks immediately, and this stack lasts 5 seconds. Now for the last line of the weapon, from my testing, this will only proc when you've done your Forte circuit on Yinlin. When you do that and then you switch off the character, you'll notice that she has gotten an attack bonus on top of the resonance skill bonus and some other buffs that she's getting, which is why she has an additional 300 attack on her. So this is exactly how Yinlin's weapon works. Now this weapon is clearly Yinlin's best install, like it works perfectly with her kit. But if you wanted to use it on some other characters, you could technically use it on Verena and Baija. I don't know how practical these will be because I don't have the weapon to actually test it on those characters, but I would imagine that you're not actually getting the best out of the weapon if you're putting it on Verena or Baija. but they are viable options for getting the weapon. But I would highly recommend that you pull the weapon for Yinlin and Yinlin only. Maybe in future we'll get another character that actually can benefit from this weapon. You can also skip the weapon if you want to, but really there aren't any weapons that are currently out in the game that work well with Yinlin. Most of the other weapons don't really bring out the best in her. So if you want to actually squeeze out the best amount of damage from Yinlin, you should definitely go for this weapon. With all that said, thank you all so much for watching. Make sure you subscribe to the channel for Wuthering Waves guides, challenge videos, lore videos, and some other things. My next video will most probably be a lore video, so make sure you stay tuned for that if you're interested in the lore. Also subscribe for Wuthering Waves, Project Mugen, and Azure Familiar videos whenever we start to get content on those games. Join the hideout on Discord, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace, guys.